Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Steffy panics, Luna becomes the next victim, and Liam makes a final choice. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of June 2nd to 6th indicate that while Liam Spencer makes a decision and Steffy Forrester panics, Luna Nozawa will pursue her next victim. To begin, Liam is still unsure about whether he would follow Dr. Grace Buckingham's recommended course of treatment. Liam might be able to get additional time if he took chemotherapy and radiation, but that time would be spent in agony in front of his girls. Liam probably won't accept Dr. Buckingham in the end because that's not what he wants. It appears that Hope Logan and Carter Walton will be hosting an engagement celebration soon. If Luna decides to attack the party or if Liam suddenly passes out, it might lead to some unexpected circumstances. In any event, a vindictive Luna will undoubtedly be in full-fledged evil mode. Sheila Sharp will try to prevent Luna from committing any more crimes, but she will still choose Steffy as her next victim. According to BMB teasers, Sheila will be suspicious of Luna's next move. Sheila will sense that disaster is coming since she recognizes a lot of her old self in Luna and knows exactly what she is capable of. Will Sheila attempt to step in and prevent Steffy from suffering a gory fate? Instead, may Liam end up becoming the story's gorgeous hero? Regardless of the outcome, Luna will undoubtedly make good use of the firearm she obtains. Eventually, someone will probably get shot, so we'll see who survives and possibly saves Steffy. Keep checking back for updates on all the chaos that is about to occur because Steffy is going to freak out once Luna's insane scheme is put into action. Regarding Brooke Logan, her hopes of a reunion with Ridge Forrester might be completely crushed. Brooke may make it obvious that he's sticking with Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, in spite of his attempts to reunite with Ridge and persuade him of their fate. If Ridge chooses to propose to Taylor, another engagement might be imminent. Ridge will soon let Brooke down again because it appears that she will be crushed before Nick Marone's impending return. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, the week of June 2nd to 6th will be filled with surprises and some heartbreaking news. Don't miss any of the drama. Sheila and Luna arrange Steffy's death as collateral damage? According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila Sharp was overjoyed to learn that Luna Nozawa was her grandchild. Murder is one of their many commonalities. Steffy Forrester yells, "She is a monster," and warns Hope Logan and Ridge Forrester that they must keep her away from me and my family, in a new video peek. Who is Steffy referring to? We assume that Steffy is referring to Luna, whose father is Finn Finnegan, Steffy's husband. Luna tells her grandmother about Steffy, saying, "Why don't we just get rid of that threat? What could possibly go wrong?" Sheila would have been 2 steps ahead of Luna in the past, but she is now more laid back and was heartbroken by the men Luna killed. We have a feeling that the two women are going to have a major argument soon. Is Luna going to get what she wants? Sheila surprises Luna in the promotional video by saying, "No. That's what we see, anyway." Sheila might decide to change her mind later, or she might be inventing a cunning scheme on her own. Sheila would naturally want to keep Luna safe while eliminating any dangers to her family. Is it possible to reform Luna? Sheila's determination to improve herself seems to be put to the test by Luna. Sheila is currently employed at Deacon Sharp's restaurant Illinois Giardino, after getting married to him, Sean Cannon. Despite the fact that Deacon doesn't want to see Luna close to him, they form a fantastic couple. The ladies' relationship has suffered as a result of their inability to socialize in Sheila's residence or place of employment. What comes next for Luna? But they have managed to get over the obstacle, and Sheila is shocked by Luna's most recent news. Really? More than anyone else, Sheila is aware that bloodthirst doesn't go away quickly. If Luna is determined to hurt Steffy, then some complex dynamics are about to be revealed. How odd would it be to see Sheila support Steffy against Luna, YNR fans? This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer will make the heartbreaking decision that he is ready to say goodbye. His health will continue to deteriorate, and he will not have much time to start treatment. Although Liam's brain tumor and sobering prognosis were unanticipated, he must act quickly to try to combat the sickness with the right care. Will Liam give up and let nature take its course, or will he fight for his life? Read on to find out. Here are some spoilers for what will happen next on Bold and the Beautiful. Liam is urged by Dr. Finn to combat his illness. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful hint at some poignant moments that will occur this week between Liam Spencer and his erstwhile adversary, Dr. Finnegan, Tanner Novlin. Liam tells Finn that he worries the end is coming because his tumor symptoms seem to be growing worse. After Liam saw his mother suffer throughout chemotherapy, Finn will keep pushing him to decide on a course of treatment, but it will be difficult to convince him. According to BNB teasers, Liam is prepared to say goodbye and call it quits rather than concentrate on attempting to cure the tumor. He will actually surprise Finn this week by asking him to watch the kids while he is away. Will Liam Spencer pass away? Bradley Bell and TPTB have gotten really excellent at keeping big stories and comings and goings quiet, but there doesn't seem to be any indication that Scott Clifton is departing the CBS soap opera. The cast of Bold and Beautiful has even taken his example and started to keep more information about future plots under wraps. The potential that the authors may murder Liam Spencer is beginning to seem extremely real. Will someone have the last-minute ability to persuade Liam to begin therapy and save himself? Or is Scott Clifton's time on the CBS soap opera truly coming to an end? I hope there will be drama during Logan and Carter Walton's engagement party. According to teasers for Bold and Beautiful, Hope Logan and Carter Walton inform a doubtful Steffy Forrester of their engagement. Will the doubts not ruin their happiness? As Hope and Carter share important news, Luna's outrageous text provokes a violent confrontation. Oh. My own. God, Wednesday's episode is going to show me that Luna Nozawa isn't any more insane than I thought she was. Is Sheila sharp? Yes, Sheila of all people, the voice of reason when the girl is truly going crazy? What parallel reality do we inhabit? Luna's preoccupation takes it to risky new levels. Look, we've all read stories about obsession before, but Luna is really going above and beyond. She believes that rather than that goody two-shoes Electra Forrester, Will Spencer deserves a real woman like her. And to be honest, I don't fail to see the irony of a killer calling anyone else names. The infamous text message she intends to send? To put it mildly, you wouldn't want your granny to read it over your shoulder. Luna believes she knows just how to make Will feel good by reminding him that she can satisfy all of his intense cravings. Isn't it a little unsettling? Sheila tries to be the responsible adult in this situation, and I can't believe I'm saying this. This text is a bad idea, she cautions her granddaughter. Does Luna, however, pay attention? Obviously not. Has anyone in this family ever followed wise counsel? The long-awaited Electra versus Luna showdown. This is when the juicy part begins. That text will be discovered by Electra. And believe me when I say that this lovely girl has had it. She is no longer being kind. Luna provokes Electra in the beginning of Wednesday's altercation, but our girl Electra isn't giving up. Guess who steps in to act as referee just before these two are about to get into a full-on soap opera catfight? Sheila. Like a boxing fight, she must literally send them to their corners. Is it possible? Instead of starting confrontations, the lady who shot half of Los Angeles is now mediating them? The joy of Hope and Carter's engagement. In the meantime, Hope Logan and Carter Walton are prepared to announce their engagement to the world, which is better news, or is it? They're sharing the happiness now that Hope has finally said yes. The problem is that, although Carter makes Hope happy, Steffy Forrester still has reservations. She says she wants Hope to be happy, but you know Steffy. With an engagement party possibly approaching, those reservations could be a sign of trouble. Will Steffy be kind? Will she join Brooke Logan and everyone else in really congratulating the happy couple? Or are we set for another historic matchup between Forrester and Logan? What all of this means for the future. It's interesting to see how Sheila's worries about Luna's wild streak are rising. You know you've gone too far when Sheila Carter believes you're making poor decisions. The relationship between this granddaughter and her grandmother is becoming increasingly distorted. In regards to Hope and Carter, I am cautiously hopeful. These two deserve some joy after the tension surrounding the takeover. However, when has an engagement party ever gone well? This is Bold and Beautiful. Whatever drama the authors have planned to ruin their joy, I'm already preparing myself for it. Wednesday's episode is definitely worth watching. We're in for a crazy journey with Luna's risky fixation, the inevitable girl fight, and tense engagement announcements. Will surprises put Hope and Carter's engagement party at risk? According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan and Carter Walton's engagement celebration could go awry for 3 reasons. This party could end up being a complete disaster, regardless of the unexpected direction the show takes. In light of this, let's talk about a few alternatives for the possibly doomed celebration. These are some possible outcomes for Carter and Hope's celebration: mayhem and devastation. 1. Liam's terrifying seizure and subsequent collapse. According to B&B spoilers, Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, who has been cheering for Hope and Carter's reunion, would undoubtedly want to attend this celebration if he can. Even though Liam's symptoms have been becoming worse, he might still go to the party in the hopes that he can survive the evening without causing too much concern. If Liam experiences a terrifying seizure and passes out in front of everyone, that plan might go horribly wrong. Liam's secret might be revealed to every partygoer if he has a highly public medical deterioration. As the end approaches, Liam can end up in the hospital or bedridden at the Cliff House. 2. Luna interrupts a horrific mission. Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, may show up at this engagement party with a sinister purpose to complete because she is about to get a gun and go after Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. There might be a lot of commotion if Steffy is at this event when Luna finds her. We wouldn't rule out Luna showing up at the party and shooting. 3. Ridge exacerbates Brooke's suffering. Additionally, Ridge Forrester might use this engagement celebration as an opportunity to break Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Lang, heart once more. Although Brooke has been hoping for a reunion, she could soon have to let go of Ridge. At Hope and Carter's engagement celebration, Ridge might do something cheesy like pop the question to Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, or at the very least show off that he's moved on. More Ridge heartache is undoubtedly in the horizon for Brooke, as we know she will be lost and lonely by the time Nick Marone, Jack Wagner, arrives by mid-June. Keep checking back for updates on all the chaos because, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter and Hope's big event could be upended by some surprising news. Hope should say yes for 2 reasons. Genuine love and emotional satisfaction. Hope is enjoying a passionate, supportive, and thought-provoking relationship for the first time in years. It is based on unquestionable chemistry and shared inventiveness, hope for the future. Thomas has shown significant, long-lasting transformation following years of compulsive and unhealthy behavior. He values her job, respects her limits, puts her happiness first, and loves Douglas without conditions. Saying yes signifies Hope's decision to put her own desires and happiness ahead of the restrictive standards associated with her perfect Logan persona or the never-ending, exhausting cycle with Liam. It pushes her to go past her prior traumas and embraces an equal, adult partnership. She is selecting a love she genuinely desires, not one she feels compelled to uphold, by choosing Thomas. Saying yes is the final step in ending the Hope-Liam-Steffy triangle that has shaped, and constrained, her personality for more than 10 years. Everyone must understand that this chapter is permanently closed when Liam marries Thomas. With Thomas and Douglas, it enables Hope to create a solid, blended family, giving her daughter Beth the stability and reliable father figure she needs, something Liam's vacillation never gave her. It marks Hope's transformation from the constantly harmed victim of Liam's indecisiveness into a woman who boldly asserts her own course and destiny, separate from the Spencer drama. Why Hope must refuse? The weight of history and persistent risk. Although Thomas's change is remarkable, it is only recent in light of his lengthy history of emotional abuse, manipulation, gaslighting, and acts that put Hope and her loved ones in peril, most horrifyingly, hiding Beth's survival. It seems like a huge risk to fully rely on this stability for her and Beth's future. The severe strains of marriage, together with any future disputes, particularly involving Steffy, Liam, or Sheila, may be a trigger for mental health issues, which are not linear. Before making a lifelong commitment, it might be reasonable to wait to see if this shift is actually permanent. Saying no implies putting long-term security ahead of rash enthusiasm, not that the relationship is finished. External pandemonium and unresolved baggage, answering yes ensures immediate, devastating consequences. Liam's incessant intervention. Liam will never put up with this. His self-righteous campaign against Thomas would worsen, tainting the engagement, maybe influencing Douglas, and causing Hope and Beth to be in continual distress. Hope runs the risk of trading Liam's passive-aggressive sabotage for his active, damaging sabotage. Steffy's alertness. Steffy would be extremely vigilant because she is ferociously protective of her brother and is also severely traumatized by his previous behavior. Any small transgression by Thomas would be closely examined, and her mistrust may further splinter the family, placing Hope in a precarious situation between her husband and her boss/sister-in-law. The Sheila wildcard. Sheila has a strong bond with Finn, and consequently with Steffy. The entire Forrester-Logan Spencer-Finn clan will be affected by the collateral damage when it eventually bursts. Their shaky new beginning might be destroyed by the additional potential points of catastrophic conflict and emotional carnage that a Hope/Thomas marriage adds to this dangerous mixture. The main conflict. It comes down to faith versus fear in Hope's decision. It takes faith to say yes, confidence in Thomas's salvation, faith in the power of their present love, and faith in her own discernment to overcome the past and create something bold and new. It's the upbeat, hopeful option. Saying no is a sign of, natural, fear, dread of Thomas's possible reversal, fear of the destructive turmoil Liam and others will cause, fear of the extreme strain and scrutiny, and concern that going too quickly could destroy the true good they already have. It's the protective, cautious option. In the end, Hope's decision is about who she wants to be, not just about Thomas. Does she accept the bold in the title of the show, putting all on the line for transforming love? Or does the cautious, beautiful, Hope put stability and safety first, even if it means postponing or changing her route to happiness? Though they take Hope in essentially different directions, both options have significant story potential. The Liam Spencer dilemma. Has Scott Clifton's The Bold and the Beautiful character really outlived his use? As the estranged son of billionaire Bill Spencer Jr., Liam Spencer first appeared in 2010 as a welcome contrast to the long-standing Forrester/Logan dynasties, and for more than 10 years, Scott Clifton's portrayal of Liam Spencer has been a major, frequently divisive, pillar of CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful. He was the outsider attempting to negotiate the perilous waters of high fashion and higher drama, the nice guy, and the moral compass, albeit a sometimes faltering one. He gained 3 Daytime Emmy Awards for his efforts, which were fueled by Clifton's unmistakable charisma, sensitivity, and sympathetic appeal. But as the years have passed and the story cycles have been repeated with fewer and fewer benefits, viewers continue to ask, has Liam Spencer essentially outlived his role on the canvas? In order to respond to this, we must first recognize Liam's initial intent and indisputable influence. The outsider catalyst, Liam broke the established dynamics by showing up as an unknown quantity. His relationship with Bill, a powerful new force, immediately led to conflict and the formation of new alliances. By giving Hope Logan, then Kim Matula, a sincere, non-Forrester love partner, he helped create the well-liked Lope couple that dominated plots for years. At the same time, his turbulent, heated relationship with Steffy Forrester, played by Jacqueline McInnes Wood, produced the show's iconic love triangle of the decade, Steam vs. Lope. The moral, but flawed, center, Liam frequently positioned himself as the voice of reason, aiming for honesty and decency in a world full of cunning people like Brooke, Taylor, Bill, and Quinn. His internal conflicts, fighting against his father's brutal influence and balancing his affluent upbringing with his yearning for authenticity, provided fascinating character depth. Clifton did a fantastic job of capturing Liam's sincerity, his real suffering in moral quandaries, and his frequently disastrous indecision. Fueling the Hope/Steffy rivalry, Liam served as the crucial hub that the Hope/Steffy rivalry revolved around incessantly. Numerous disputes, paternity secrets, betrayals, and reconciliations were stoked by his affections, decisions, and frequent waffling. For more than 10 years, he was the driving force behind the most marketable dynamic on the show. Purpose erosion, when the engine turned into the rut. But the exact things that made Liam successful in the beginning have now become the things that hold him back in terms of his narrative relevance. The endless waffle, Liam's distinguishing trait, his incapacitating inability to choose between Hope and Steffy, has long since stopped being a likable weakness and has instead turned into a tiresome, repeating quality that verges on parody. Commitment to one woman, a miscommunication or moment of weakness with the other, the revelation of a disastrous secret, agonized hand-wringing, brief separation, rinse and repeat, the cycle is incredibly predictable. There are no longer any genuine stakes or emotional relevance in the story because this pattern has been repeated so frequently. Instead of investment, viewers experience weariness. His reputation as a nice guy has devolved into emotional weakness, hypocrisy, and perceived passivity. Stagnant character evolution, Liam feels essentially stuck, in contrast to characters who change with time, Steffy accepting her power and motherhood, Hope battling darker urges, Thomas being redeemed. He is still caught between two women and between his own desires and outside forces, which are typically Bill's. His brief environmental activity and Spencer publications were attempts to give him a purpose outside of the triangle, but they felt flimsy and were soon dropped in favor of returning to the Hope/Steffy pendulum. Apart from his romantic relationships, he lacks a compelling goal or identity. The Hope-Liam-Steffy triangle was once the show's main attraction, but it has since lost a lot of its appeal. Despite its own issues, Hope has discovered a more nuanced and possibly healthier dynamic with Thomas Forrester. Steffy, who is married to Finn and prioritizes her job and family, has firmly and repeatedly turned down Liam's attempts and closed that chapter. It appears regressive and desperate to force Liam back into this area, especially when he is pursuing Steffy, who has no romantic interest in him. This undermines both Liam's character and Steffy's development. It draws attention to Liam's absence of a compelling, original storyline. Overshadowed by new dynamics, other interesting connections and tensions have been skillfully established in the show. The Thomas Hope-Liam-Finn quadrangle might present something fresh, but it frequently only places Liam back in the role of the resentful party responding to Thomas. Eric's health issue, Luna's mystery, Sheila's disarray, Finn and Steffy's marriage, and even the Bill-Poppy Lee relationship provide new, less cyclical drama. Rather than being a natural force behind these storylines, Liam frequently feels like he is grafted onto them. The victim fatigue, Steffy, Hope, in his opinion, Thomas, and Bill have all harmed Liam, who continues to occupy the narrative space of the continuous victim. Adversity is necessary for characters to experience, but Liam's perpetual state of wounded righteousness may get old, particularly since his own decisions, the waffling, the secrets, the moments of weakness, play a big role in his predicament. Over time, it reduces the empathy of the viewer. Is Scott Clifton more deserving? The character versus the actor. Scott Clifton's skill is not reflected in this criticism. He is still among the most talented and recognized actors of the day. Even in the most repeated material, he finds layers of agony, bewilderment, and ephemeral joy in his performances, which are always nuanced. He makes Liam's suffering evident. The greatest tragedy, then, is that a performer of Clifton's caliber is forced to serve a character whose primary narrative purpose has been rendered obsolete and whose potential for significant development appears to be constantly stymied by the writer's insistence on going over the same ground again. Possible routes, redundancy or revival? So, is Liam really beyond saving? Does his purpose have to end? Not always, but it would call for powerful, purposeful writing. Radical reinvention, remove Liam from the Hope/Steffy circle for good. Provide him with an intriguing, standalone plot, a genuine passion project, bringing Spencer publications back to life from a different perspective, a profoundly personal struggle unrelated to romance, a health scare, facing a traumatic past, or even a brand new, grown-up love interest who doesn't belong to the Forresters' Logan Spectras. Without the triangle's safety net, make him stand on his own strengths and shortcomings. Accept the flaw, but change, recognize his past indecision and use it as a springboard for sincere, arduous development. Show him making a firm, grown-up decision, even if it means being by himself, and following through on it, then dealing with the fallout with renewed fortitude. Examine his relationship with his girls in great detail and help him become a father who is genuinely present and changing. Rekindle a meaningful rivalry that isn't centered on romance. Fresh conflict and purpose could be found in a real business fight with Thomas or even in a complicated power struggle with his father Bill that goes beyond simple disapproval. The unthinkable, a meaningful farewell. A well-written, definite farewell may be the most respectful option for the character and the actor, if the authors are unable to discover a compelling new trajectory. The cycle may be broken by his going on to a new life elsewhere, a sad end, or a redemptive leave. Without the weight of the past, it would enable the other characters, especially Hope and Steffy, to go on. Conclusion: lost in the storytelling woods, purpose. As of right now, the data clearly indicates that Liam Spencer's initial, essential goal has been outlived by his current conception and writing. The nice guy outsider turned into the firmly established focal point of a recurring love whirlpool that has lost its allure. Once a human weakness, his indecision has turned into a plot device and a cause of annoyance for the audience. Although Scott Clifton's acting is still a highlight, the character he plays is lost and unfocused except for repeating relationships that the show itself appears to be eschewing: Steffy's stern rejections, Hope's relationship with Thomas. The character is not always beyond redemption. Liam might discover a new purpose with imaginative writing that is prepared to interrupt the 10-year cycle and make an investment in real, unpleasant evolution. He might grow up to be a responsible single father battling his legacy, a seasoned businessman, or he might discover love in an entirely different, triangle-free place. But the constant reliance on the Hope/Steffy pendulum, particularly when it runs counter to those female characters' development, suggests a lack of imagination about Liam's possibilities. The question won't be whether Liam has outlived his function, but rather how long the program will postpone the inevitable acknowledgement of that truth, unless the creators of the show commit to a big, persistent reinvention, releasing Liam from the narrative prison of his own ambivalence and the exhausted triangle. Although Liam Spencer is still a mainstay, he runs the risk of being not only redundant but also an active hindrance to the bold and the beautiful's forward motion if he doesn't adopt a daring new narrative compass. His once clear and compelling purpose now seems like an echo in a canyon that the show has long ago left.